you know, we got the grant money for the Heritage Center, and that was terrific. And planning reviews have started,
Oh, good.
internally through the traditional process, planning commission at the borough level, that type of thing. Um, and usually there are some adjustments that take place to meet up with ordinances or to save money, one or the other.
Mhm.
Um, so that's in process. But um, you're all familiar with Frank Ortner?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Are you aware of the you may not be aware of the fact that his wife passed away a few weeks ago?
We just learned that. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there's been a lull in the, the that project as well as work we've been doing on the Paoli grounds. So
Certainly.
in terms
Yeah.
of master plan.
So I'm just going to cut to the chase here, Mark, and ask, so for 250 for July 4th and this summer, what are your plans? Oh, you do the parade.
Yeah, we'll
Are
be
you
doing
going
the
to?
parade, and I think Lynn's on board. She can talk more about that than I can.
Okay.
I'm not involved in that kind of activity.
Okay, so that's what yeah, we want to hone
Yeah,
in on today.
yeah. Lynn can handle that. Uh,
Okay.
I'm just focused on the two grounds, the Paoli grounds and the battlefield, and getting planning done there and supporting the work for the Heritage Center. But I would like to give a compliment, though. As you know, I went to the premiere,
Oh,
Dare to
yes.
Oh,
Declare,
At the
and
Colonial.
yes, and the first time I've been there, actually, it's kind of neat. Um, I was very impressed, and we got to figure out how, you know, more people can see that.
That's Karen's priority as well. So now you can go online and view it and share it.
Okay,
I think the one, and I think Heather would agree with me, the one from the high school students, the Coatesville high school students, is very moving. It's
yeah.
the thing I liked about the viewing of the showing um of the film that we showed at the Colonial and at Uptown and this week at Kennett is the variety of voices. I think
hmm.
you hear the Declaration of Independence more clearly when
Yes.
there's more than one voice. So
Oh, yeah, I
the
agree.
different tones and we've talked about how you read the Declaration and the language is a little dense. Sometimes you can't read the writing, it's old style.
Yeah,
But hearing it, it was meant, as our Dr. Emily Sneff says, it was meant to be read. And I thought the comments afterwards were very, very interesting and very valuable.
yeah,
People got a lot out of participating in the event itself.
yeah,
So would encourage. I see a few other people on here who were also there. So that's great.
yeah.
Um,
That was really well done, very professional, and
so we'll
yeah.
send you out the link, and Heather has just updated the page. Heather, did you want to talk about that? Because
Yeah.
we knew Mark had to leave, so that's why we started.
Yeah, sure. Just very quickly, Mark, the videos are on our Dare to Declare webpage now, and I just popped that into the chat. If you scroll down, you'll see all the different resources, and under that you'll see videos, and you'll see the list of all the different versions, the Coatesville students, the everyone video, and then I think there's a blooper reel and teasers and some other things there too. So they're all
Great.
available for download or to stream through YouTube. So
Yeah, and I'm sure Lynn and Hugo would probably want to tap into that as well.
Uh-huh. And we're talking about Dare to Declares, and some people feel they can't get it readers, or it wouldn't be as impactful if with what their vision for the event is. Feel free to use this and to play this, Heather.
yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
agree.
absolutely. Absolutely. I know I've spoken to a couple smaller organizations that just they don't have the wherewithal to find the readers, and I
Right.
think that this is their plan now. So
Right. And what I loved about it, it was the introduction. Leon Spencer has a voice that, I mean, really inspiring voice. And so I think that that's what sort of completed the whole thing, the overview of the landscape in the film. That was really powerful and
Yeah,
set the stage.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Like I said, very professional, and I hope it gets tremendous play, not just in the county, but
Right, right.
way, way beyond. All right.
And we
yeah.
are working on that. We should also mention that you have one more chance to see it locally in Chester County. We're having one more premiere. It's tomorrow evening down at the Kennett Library at 6 p.m. So, and all are invited. You can register again on that Dare to Declare link that I just popped into the chat. You can find the registration information there.
When we played it at Uptown, it was very powerful. You could hear people agreeing or disagreeing with it when it was being played. But when it was over, there was silence.
Hmm.
And then people began to clap.
Yeah.
So it really was impactful. So
Well, I could identify with it today.
yes, that one fellow
Absolutely.
who was in front of me got up and spoke and said that. It's everything we're talking about today.
Today. Yeah.
hmm So again, that's the timeless document that this Dare to Declare movement, if you will,
Hmm.
is taking effect. I was gonna, since we've already started, we'll end with Heather and some updates, but since we've already started with the, report out, I was gonna ask Hugo
Yeah,
and Lynn to speak a little bit about the Dare to Declare and the parade that's going to happen this summer in Paoli.
I was just going to suggest, Angela, why don't we go around? Our
Oh,
updates are fairly minimal. We do have some things to touch on for Dare to Declare, but I
okay.
think it might be more valuable to go around the room first. So, because I see a couple names I don't remember, um, anyway, but at the same time, we that way we can all introduce each other and see where the connections are
So
too.
Pearl, why don't we start with you? I was going to note the piece in the Easttown magazine about.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, we can't hear you.
You want me to go ahead, Angela?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'm Pearl Nudie, and I'm with the Tredyffrin Historical Commission, and I come to this meeting as often as I can to gather information. I am very interested in Dare to Declare in the reading. To me, that is like probably one of the most important parts of whatever happens to celebrate the 250th this summer. People do need to hear the Declaration read. And pretty much, I'm here as an information gatherer, unless you have some questions for me, Angela.
No, I thought this piece in the Tredyffrin magazine was very nicely done
Thank
about
you.
the Heritage Center at
Yes.
Dupertai, and I
Mhm.
saw a number of you people there on Friday night before the
Yeah.
weather set in. So thank you, Pearl, for coming, and thank your daughter for donating the flowers.
Yes, she did a good, she really did it because she's a very kind-hearted person, but she wanted to get me there because I was going to like back out on account of the cold. So we went together. But also my grandson Dom set up the whole room
Oh, wow.
and did it as
Okay.
a volunteer because he knew his mother and I couldn't do it. We couldn't get there early enough to do it. So Dom of Dom Fixes Bikes set up the room. So yeah,
that's
we are very
fantastic.
interested in everything that is happening this year, and primarily the Dare to Declare and whatever celebrations precede that particular event.
So another person that was there was John Senior. I saw his full body as opposed to just his head.
Ah, indeed. Yes, we were there. It was great. I was glad to be invited and to attend. I think we'll be supporting the Heritage Center with content from our archives, images, narratives, etc., as the exhibits for the Heritage Center are developed. That's definitely our intent. One of the main things that we can do. Aside from that, we'll probably be including some A250 related programming in our lecture series over the
Super.
next couple of years.
Oh,
And
good.
to wit, Jim is speaking to us in March as Duportai. So that's one of the on scene presentations we have planned.
And where do they take place at the Black Powder?
That one will be a Tredyffrin Public Library. It's either
Okay.
that or Easttown Library. Depends on fall or winter. I mean, fall or spring season. So
If you
Okay.
have any dates and descriptions already available, if you could forward them to us, we'll make sure they land on our master
yeah,
calendar to
it's
share out
actually
to.
on our website, tehistory.org.
All right, I
On the
will.
news page, there's a list of the speakers that we have scheduled through May.
Perfect.
Good.
We will
Good.
populate that for you then.
Sure, that's great.
Okay, Jim, Jim McKinley, did you want to speak? Well, it was a very nice event on
It
Friday.
was lovely. It really is. A lot of energy there that evening. It was exciting to see.
Oh, it was great. And there's so many ideas of mine that have come out of that I'm not ready to share because I just kind of thinking about it over the weekend. I'd like to
But just by way of background, Dupertai House had what Rob Williams called our coming out party. To talk about Dupertai House, assuming its leadership role in this part of Chester County with a heritage center, and sort of have so many people come, but they don't know where they are. And so this is an effort to interpretive signage and things like that will explain the important role that Dupertai played. So we had this, and also to be the anchor for the kiosks, the interactive kiosks, again, up here in Tredyffrin. So Friday was sort of the explainer for that, Jim.
Yeah, it was great. A good attendance, despite all the weather conditions and everything like that. The response was outstanding. We drew in people from all the different heritage groups, from the community, and so many of them, you're right, Angela, said, oh, they had never been in the house before, or they've been there for a wedding. And the house shows so well. It's probably our greatest asset, besides the remarkable story we have to tell. And it's great that we can now get an opportunity to more fully realize this community resource. And
Awesome.
it's great to just the fact that everybody seems to be connecting on this. And it's wonderful that the whole, sort of catalyst is America250.
Yeah.
And what spurred me to come on this call today was the fact that I saw the film last week up at the Colonial, and it was great. It was really very, very impressive and
Fantastic.
very
And,
inspiring.
actually, Jim can report from Dupertai House that they are planning a Dare to Declare event on July 4th at Dupertai, and in fact got a mini grant for it.
Yes, yes, very timely. And it's great. We're going to kind of flesh out what our plans are, but we're expecting to be very festive event, very family friendly, invite food trucks. And the great thing, the house lends itself. And what I liked even last Friday was that here we are, we're locked in snow and ice, and yet the property shows so well. And I think that's going to be the case going forward if we have more events there. And,
Mhm. Yeah.
really
Mhm.
branch out beyond our, as you
So
said,
another
big house.
attendee was Colonial Pennsylvania's Farmstead. They came to the event.
Hello, I'm Sarah. I'm the director of the Farmstead. For those of you that don't know, we're a Revolutionary Era living history site located in Ridley Creek State Park. We're right inside Delaware County, but we spend a lot of time working with Chester County community, bringing in schools, visitors, so we try and keep a kind of a foot in both counties. Our big focus for the 250 is the idea of the everyday revolution. So
Mm,
using skills and like what people are going through every day outside of kind of the big political and cultural movement, but just showcasing kind of these everyday skills that people were living through during an extraordinary time.
Mhm. So next we have the group from Malvern, Paoli, Hugo and Lynn.
Yeah, hi. Sorry. Mondays are really terrible for me, so if I kind of like jump out, that's why.
no worries.
Yes, so I have a whole bunch of different hats on. So to finish what Mark was saying about Malvern stuff. So Malvern Historical Commission is planning on doing a town tour. It may be almost a month before we hear if we got picked and if so, what date, but we're looking to do that in June.
Great.
We had originally done and that was the theming, specifically on turning points and specific groups and perhaps minorities that kind of contributed to the town. And we did a town tour that was the women's walking tour like 15 years ago. And we're going to repurpose that and add some of our African American history. And so that'll be as long as we're picked, that'll be June. And so that's Historical Commission. We also have our open hours once a month. This month happens to coincide with Cabin Fever. So there's a whole bunch of non-historical stuff going on that day at Borough Hall, but that's from 1 to 4, 2 Saturdays from now on the 21st.
And
And
since
then
we
we'll
all
be,
have cabin fever, we'll be there.
yes, please do. I think I heard that the Y is going to be there, and there's the fire company and the police will be there. There's crafts for kids. There's the library will have stuff. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Mhm.
And then our open hours for the History Center will also include working on the tour. So anyone who wants to volunteer with our walking tour, we'd love to have you for those. So that's the Historical Commission. Unless Lynn has anything else that I missed there.
I think you got it all.
I
Yeah,
was
okay.
also going to note the Masons were very helpful as volunteers at the Colonial. So that you
Yes,
consider them
Masons
a
have been.
resource if you need that.
Yes, the Masons have been very helpful, and actually, they I not that I want to get rid of them because I love how helpful they are. I know that Paoli Battlefield definitely needs help for their events, so I've kind of been trying to push them towards Jim Christ.
Good, good.
In terms of Paoli Battlefield, the one big thing I think I need to change the date on the calendar. They had to change the date of Heritage Day. It's not September 19th because Chad's Ford Days is going to be on September 19th.
I
So
wondered
Paoli
when I
Battlefield
saw
Heritage
that.
Day is moving to the 26th. So I do need to change that on the calendar. Paoli
On
Memorial
26th?
Association will have their annual meeting. I assume that's staying on the 19th. Trying to think if there's anything else. As far as I know, there's not been dates confirmed for the fire company fair. They usually don't. They usually confirm either February or March. So hopefully we'll have those dates very soon. But it should be one of the weeks in July. And parade, we are working on getting the parade. We're trying to find perhaps a couple extra bands so we can make the parade a little more festive. If there's anyone that wants to participate on the Sunday after Memorial Day, let us know and what capacity you'd like to do. We did get confirmed that we will be bringing back the cakewalk that had been done, something that had been done for decades by one of the families in town. And when the people that actually ran it kind of were no longer capable of hosting it, we decided to temporarily take it down. And so we asked them, could the younger generation of the family bring it back for the 250th? And they just in this last week said, yes, they would. So we're going to try to find live music for the cakewalk, but that is after the parade and after the commemoration ceremony where we still plan on doing the declaration. Then there's a cakewalk where it's a fun thing where you get cakes. You dance around and they'll have a spinner, and if the spinner stops on you when the music stops, you get a cake.
I'm all about cake, so
Yes,
Absolutely.
I think we all are at some point. So question for you, Hugo. You said that Chad's Ford Days has been moved to the 18th? Because we had it on the 12th listed, unless that was old information from
That
last
seems to
year.
be old information. It was something. Let me see if I can bring it up here in my
I'm going
email.
to redline this for
Heritage Day
adjustment.
date for 2026. Okay, so the Mushroom Festival in Kennett Square has moved their date to when Chad's Ford has their event. So
Oh,
because the Mushroom Fest has moved to the 12th, Chad's Ford is moving to the 19th and 20th, which means Paoli Battlefield is moving to the 26th. How's that domino
using
effect
up
right there for
dates.
you?
Oh my goodness. So all right. So they're going to be on Mushroom Fest is on the 12th. We don't even have that on the calendar. We should add it
Yeah.
for our own purposes though. So Mushroom Fest and then Chad's 4 days. Okay. I will
Yeah.
get that all fixed when we get off the
Right,
phone.
right. That's just something that's happened recently. And then
I'm
other
sure.
Paoli Battlefield stuff. We're still trying to work on the dates for our paranormal tours. We have
Oh yeah.
dates So we'll get those once we confirm those. We'll get those posted, but hopefully that'll be sometime this week that we get that.
But
And
again, it points out we all should be looking at the calendar because does serve as a conflict buster.
yes,
It
that's
does.
why I keep trying to push other people to that. And when Historical Commission, we have our next meeting tomorrow night, and I've invited everyone's willing, welcome to come. It's a public meeting. You can join us on Zoom. Again, as I'm saying today, we don't have a whole lot of updates. I don't expect a whole lot of updates tomorrow night, but I've invited people in case they want who don't come to this event to be able to give us their conflicting dates so we can kind of
That's
work with
great.
them as well.
So
Okay.
I'm popping on to the chat here too. Our master calendar that we created, I think we introduced this last month, and shared it then, but now it's getting fuller, which is fantastic as we hear more information. So if you go to that link, that's where we're posting everything that we hear about, regardless of where it's from in the county. So you can kind of see what's going on in relation. So if you see any inaccuracies, please reach out, email me. I'm lately the master of the calendar, so and I can update it for you. We're also trying to fill in more details, so we welcome everyone to just send us info. We'll pop it up here, and that way you can see if we have something, if you're trying to plan your event and you're trying to sneak it in between two other events. But like I said, I will update the Chad's Ford days here when we get off. So
sounds like a weird question, Heather, but the link you sent us, we can just share that with other people, right?
you
Just want to
can
make
share
sure.
that.
Okay.
It's intended as a planning tool. It's
Okay,
not
then
like
I shouldn't share it.
it's not a marketing calendar for, I mean, I
Okay.
suppose people can go on there and use it for that.
Yeah,
But
it's more of a planning tool. Okay.
it's more of a planning calendar, and we're pushing it out to elected officials, journalists, people who are trying to plan their calendars. So, and trying to plan their news stories and things. So
Yeah, I
You
haven't
have a
scrolled to the
front-facing. Oh, I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
haven't scrolled to the bottom of that one yet, but I do know that there is one event coming up in December that is actually hosted at multiple graveyards and cemeteries, Reads Across America.
oh, Reads
So that
Across
might be,
America, sure.
yeah. I just got I had to fill out the confirmation that Paoli Memorial Association will do it again this year, even though we were already planning on it. The DAR needed to hear from us so they could get that on their schedule. So. So that's one that's interesting because there'll be multiple places across the county and
Yeah.
across the United States and other places that are doing that event.
Okay.
We'll definitely make sure that's on there once we have some
Okay.
dates. So
Donna, Mogler, did you want to speak?
Sure. Thank you, folks. We actually are looking to just partner with anybody who needs help decorating for this beautiful red, white, and blue occasion. I had gotten wind of the call and just wanted to have the chance to introduce myself. If anybody needs decor, we specialize in Christmas, but we have everything red, white, and blue to make your town's festive as well.
And
that was
where
my
are
goal.
you?
are you
Where
a
are you
business?
from, Donna?
Or?
Yeah, so we're Delvacchio Landscapes and Christmas
Oh,
Decor.
Delvacchio.
Yep.
My husband's related to a Delvacchio. It's Vince.
Yeah,
Their family.
exactly. Yep. So I had found out about the call last week and just wanted to have the chance to introduce myself, see what everybody's doing in their towns, and offer any way we can help make things beautiful in red, white, and blue.
Yeah, Heather and I were at a lunch last week and listening to John from the Westchester
John
Bid,
O'Brien.
and he was
he's
talking a
working
lot
with
about,
us. Yep.
yeah,
Oh,
good,
great.
good.
Super.
Maurice, how
Perfect.
about you?
Maurice had put in the chat earlier that he was just listening today.
Oh,
So,
okay. Hey, Donna, how about, I meant to follow up with Donna. Maybe you could put your contact information in the chat.
Sure, be
Yes,
happy
please.
to. Thank you.
We also
Okay.
have, let's see, Kay Anderson from
Cheney University.
and Sela from Growing Roots. So
good afternoon, everyone. So the K is for Ken. So
Ken, hi, Ken.
Yes. Hi, how's everyone? I was just listening.
Good.
I guess like Pearl mentioned, I am an information gatherer, if you will, on this particular call, but Thank you for allowing me to introduce myself. I'm the Executive Director of External Affairs for Cheney University. Cheney University, for those of you who do not know, we are the first historically Black university and college in the nation, founded in 1837. So when you think about 250, it only makes sense that, we would lean in with regard to our rich history as it relates to not only Chester County, but Delaware County as well as the nation. Speaking of, we sit on 270 acres, sort of split between Delco and Chester County. I am super interested in, learning about what's going on. I also do a little bit with Philadelphia 250. So I do a lot in the Philadelphia County as well, with the visitor center there in Philadelphia and Visit Philadelphia. Also part of a project called Fambassador, PH. It's a play on the word ambassador, but there's a PH in front of it. So it's all things amplifying the firsts in Philadelphia, etc. I don't really have anything to announce that we're doing, but just know that we as a university are planning to perhaps do some things in the summer months around walking tours here on campus.
Oh, great.
Yes,
awesome.
we're working with a number of folks. And
You're out towards Westtown, right?
so we're actually technically Cheney, PA, but yes, so that is kind of it's close to that, yes. Very close to
Yeah,
West
because
Chester.
Westtown is got a series of lectures and things like that. So you might want to check out our resource page
Okay, yeah, that's
for other
great.
events that you could interact with or partner with.
Perfect. I'll take that note. Thank you so much. But yeah, that's kind of me and why I'm here. Looking forward to again listening right now, but hopefully contributing and partnering and seeing how we can help any efforts going on as well.
I would love a walking
Fantastic.
tour in your spot there.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
Really good.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
if
you.
there's ways students can be engaged, the Dare to Declare initiative, also the Wish Wall initiative. I'll talk a little more about that as we finish our updates here. So,
Okay, how about Growing Roots Partners?
Hi, my name is Sela. I work with Christy Campley with Growing Roots
Oh, yeah.
Partners. I assume you're already very acclimated or acquainted. But I just wanted to hop on as well just for information gathering if I heard anything new. I presume this is my first time on this call or really getting acquainted with the foundation here, but I think I noticed at least some of our events were on the listing at a quick glance, so I think we're all set there. But yeah, just here for information and we're happy to be a part of the community as we are and host these events alongside you guys. So if there's any events or new ideas that we can help with our experience, if you're not familiar, we help put on Downtown Fall Festival. We do Spring on King, Christmas on King, and Radnor Fall Festival are a few of the community festivals that we are consulted and hired on to organize and put on. So yeah, we are certainly a resource for event organization and
That's good to know.
And
execution.
you also coordinate the farmers markets, don't you?
Yes, ma'am. Yep. We do the Malvern Farmers Market, Downingtown, and Eagleview Exton. So
Oh, that's good to know. And again, maybe your contact information in the chat so we can
Yeah,
Sure.
that'd be great.
list you as a resource. Because
Sure.
really what we're like an incubator, we're trying to inspire, activate, engage
okay.
people in
Okay.
in planning for 250.
Yeah,
When I
gotcha.
talk about the wish walls, that might be something that could happen at the farmers markets or
Oh, great idea.
Christmas at King, those festivals. It's a great way to engage the public. It's an easy lift too. So
Eric,
I have a quick question for Sela.
Yeah.
Did Christy determine the date for Good Food Fest? Is it going to be November 1st or did she push
Yes.
it to the 8th?
No, November
1st.
1st.
Okay.
Yes.
Good to know.
That is our.
Yeah, go ahead. It's yours.
No,
So I just wanted your date.
Thanks. If you're not familiar as well, we also put on Good Food Fest, which is our big kind of annual flagship event. We call it an epic farmers market. It's our largest event of the year. And 120, 130 local food vendors, music, drinks.
And where is that?
This is at Kimberton Fairgrounds in Phoenixville.
Okay, great.
November 1st. Yep. It's always the first Sunday of the year.
Okay, Eric?
Hi, everyone. I think I represent the Paoli battlefield. Did Lynn already give an update on that?
Yeah,
Yes.
and Mark.
And Mark
did.
Mark had to
Okay,
jump.
then we're all good. Oh, Mark already did. Okay, great. So
Mhm.
I have nothing to add. Good
No, but thanks for listening.
updates. Yep.
And I wanted to wind up with Janine because I don't believe we introduced Janine.
Hello, I'm Janine.
Janine Spears.
I'm Janine Spears. I'm sorry, I was just being funny. Janine Spears, Chester County Planning. I am working with the County of Chester's 250th organization. There's a commission, and I work for Chester County Planning, and we're basically a support agency for the County of Chester's 250th Commission. We're working on a couple different efforts. One that you've all heard about, I'm sure, is the kiosk effort. And a gentleman who's on the 250th Commission named Mark Sloff has been talking to some heritage sites to determine who has the capacity, who has a site that's ready to go, and who can take on some financial obligations for kiosks. So you'll probably be hearing from him because that's a project of the 250th Commission.
And the goal is this Heritage Information Network where
the goal is yes, sorry,
connection.
Yes, digital heritage information network connection. So in a kind of a loop system. So there's a bunch of other projects we're doing, but I'll just focus on that one. Town tours, Hugo mentioned, applications are in, and there's a review committee in my office that's looking at the applications and trying to figure out each application could list several dates. So trying to kind of slot it all together like Tetris and figure out, what fits where. And then the announcement will be made sometime this month. And town tours, for anybody who doesn't know, it's a free program that the county's offered in partnership with many others, the History Center, the Historic Preservation Network, the sites themselves, municipalities. And it's a free walking tour of different areas of the county. This year, because of the 250th, we're doing an expanded program. So we're doing 13 tours for 13 colonies. And that's the actual physical walking tours. And then we're also doing 3 armchair tours. So there'll be 16 tours altogether. We're basing it, the commissioners in 2024 adopted a heritage tourism plan, and there were 6 major heritage themes listed. And so we're basing the entire structure around celebrating the commissioner's heritage plan and then having at least a couple tours per each major thematic group.
Agriculture, iron and steel.
Agriculture, iron and steel, the Philadelphia Campaign of 1777, evolving values, which includes the Underground Railroad, women's rights, suffrage, all those sorts of things, the natural landscape, natural world, and then creative expression, which also includes arts and architecture. So we're trying to have a couple tours for each.
And before I turn it over to Heather, I wanted to say that for Tredyffrin, we were inspired by Westchester's effort to have a mural up. They're doing a 250 mural, and they're doing a number of murals in Berwyn. Stacy Ballard and Eda Enterprises is behind that. So we were inspired in Tredyffrin. I'm on the Tredyffrin Arts Commission, and we got a grant, and hopefully we'll get a matching grant for that because we're planning a mural in Wilson Farm Park for 250 to celebrate, and that will align with the Chester County Concert Band concert and fireworks on July 4th.
Angela, where's that going to be? Do you know the mural destination?
Ain't that a good question?
Okay.
We're meeting with the township and the Parks Foundation to talk about it. We went probably on the coldest day of the year to wander around the park and pick a couple of different ideas for it, but it'll be on a fence line.
Okay.
Right.
Nice.
Oh, all right. All up to you, Heather.
Okay, first I'm going to pop in the chat the link to the community bulletin board just so you can see it and look at it yourself. And I am going to attempt to share this page as well so I can kind of carry you through it. Let's see. Oh, Emily, can you let me in?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. I have more than one spreadsheet open at the moment. So, can everybody see this?
Mhm.
Okay, so this is our, if you've never seen this before, if you're new, we maintain a bulletin board for each of the areas of the county, for our regional meetings. At the very top, you will see our working list of, and that was the Google sheet I shared with you earlier, our master list of events. Right below that is the one maintained by the America250 PA Chester County Commission. It's the calendar that they push out. It's an actual events calendar. It's for listing any of your 250 events. I encourage you to submit your events through them. Make sure the website is listed when you submit it. For any of your events, we go through and check to make sure we have all of your events from that calendar as well. It's one of many. You can also post your events on the CVB calendar, the Conference and Visitors Bureau calendars. But this is the one for the county 250 commission. As you can see, we have our list of things in progress that you all have been reporting to us as we've gone along. If you've seen it, and again, I go through here and sweep through and see if anything new has appeared.
I want to highlight the Kennett Library there at the top. That's where the film, the Dare to Declare film, February.
Tomorrow night,
Right.
yes. Yes. And I've got more information about that as you cycle down. So this is basically what everybody's popped in there so far. If you see something in red, it means we're still waiting for a date sometimes, or it's kind of come and gone. Let's see. So we'll go back. We have all the sports events in yellow, and we have any federal holidays in red. And then as we get into next year, we have all of the different 1777 events. The basically as the Americans and British were clashing their way across the county, we have all the different anniversaries listed there, and I've probably missed one or two, but they're what we've got just so you can see for 2027. All right, so this is where I wanted to get to. Right below our working list of calendar items there from before, we have a list of quick links for all the different resources we have on the website that's maintained by the Community Foundation. First thing I'll point out is there are still mini grants available if you haven't applied. There's two different types. The Let Freedom Ring grants that are generally for events and initiatives that you might be planning related to 250 this year. I will tell you that pool of money is starting to shrink because funds have been awarded already. Maybe in this group, I think we have some represented in that category. We also have the specifically Dare to Declare reading mini grants, specifically for if you're planning to hold a reading of the Declaration of Independence.
And that's what Jim from the Dupertai House was talking about, that one.
Yes, that's exactly it. So yeah, so it can cover anything from your AV equipment to buying ice cream to give out to the kids at your event, to handing out pocket declarations, any of those type of things. So, and then right below that is more information about our Dare to Declare initiative. There is the main link again, right there. And because we've been adding some stuff in it, we've got some gaps here. All right. So here is our ad about our event tomorrow at 6 o'clock at Kennett Library. It kind of explains what we're trying to do with these red carpet events. Essentially, it's to inspire you to hold your own. And to inspire you with a declaration. It's very powerful, as we talked about before, to hear it out loud. And it kind of describes the program, and you can use it as a model for your own program as well. So there's information about our about that tonight. We also have links to the teasers right here. Now that right after that we have the information about encouraging you to host a Dare to Declare event and all our various resources for that. That link will take you to a page that has anything and everything related to this initiative. We've got event organizer, MC, and readers guides, runs of show templates. So you don't have to think about it too hard. You can just plug in what works for you. There are samples of the Declaration of Independence in large print, different languages. We also have samples of similar documents like the What to the Slave is the 4th of July. If you want to pair the reading of the Declaration with another type of reading from another important piece in our history. There's also information about how to get a hold of the Pocket Declaration of Independence guides, and I will give an advertisement for this one. Am I upside down? Yes, I am. Sorry. And if I do this right with mine, you might be able to see it. This is Emily Sneff's version of the Declaration of
It's just the right size.
It is a 6x6. It opens up. It's large print. She sells these for $1 a piece. If you're buying 20 or under, they drop down to about 70 cents a piece if you buy 500 or more. And they're lovely. They have a little bit of contextual information on the front and the list of the signers at the back. You could use them for your reading, or you can use them to hand out to folks. But there's also other sources as well. Monticello offers one that's if you're doing like a giveaway for kids or something, they have them that they're rolled up and tied with a ribbon, which is kind of fun and a different way to present it. You probably won't be reading directly from that one because it will be in cursive, the way it was originally put out there. So one thing we can't stress enough, if you are planning to have a reading of the Declaration at your event or program, we'd like you to register it. Simply go to this Google link to our forms. It tells us that you're having a declaration, and eventually it will be populated. Your reading will be populated on a map on our website, so you can see where all the declaration readings are happening. We'd love to get as many of these as possible. We also like to count them so we could tell people how many that are going on.
So just one quick thing is so Heather was saying, you could have the reading while something else was going on. An example of that would be the Chester County Concert Band is playing, and then somebody's going to get up, people will get up and read a section of it, then the music will go back to the music and then back to the declaration. And I know that St. David's Church is doing something similar with the book reading.
That's right. Ken, I see you have your hand up.
Yes, Heather, just curious, is this relegated just to Delaware County and Chester County, or is this?
This can be done by anyone. Initially, we discovered that we were working with Montgomery County. They have Houses of Declaration. It's a very similar initiative. They're planning to have readings the weekend of 4th of July. That's their focus. We're doing it countywide. But we want it to be a model for anyone to do.
Gotcha. Thank you.
So absolutely.
Because the Declaration was written to be read.
Yeah.
That's how most people found out about it. It was read. So,
okay. So, and here's some a new resource that we have up now. I think it's still slightly a work in progress, and we might still be adding to this. But we have an initiative. If anyone works with the schools regularly, this could be a good opportunity for you. A couple weeks ago, we held a spirit, or I should say, Coatesville Area Senior High School held a Spirit Week. It was supposed to last the whole week. Snow had a different idea, but so they crunched it into a few days. But they had readings of the Declaration. They had presenters. Rose Fennell, the superintendent at Valley Forge, came and spoke to the students. Randall Spackman, Ned Hector, or Noah Lewis as Ned Hector, came out and spoke to
Reenactors.
them. Yeah, reenactors. They initially, back when we were doing the filming for the Dare to Declare video, we were working with a high school teacher who teaches the AP government class at Coatesville, and he brought 16 students out, and a couple of them are featured in the main video that has people from throughout Chester County. And then they did one that was their entire class of the 16 students reading the Declaration. And you can find both of them on our website there. So as that was happening, Kim Andrews on our team was talking with Mr. Tassoni, and they started talking about this idea of having a Spirit Week at the school to have that would culminate in a screening of the Dare to Declare video. So that's essentially what they did. But they broadened it, and they brought in the presenters. They had whatchamacallit, they had different posters all over the school that the students had created, banners, you name it.
And don't forget Stacy Ballard of
And
EDA.
I'm coming to that. I added in a picture so you can see it. So
This is
Stacy
a
Ballard,
giant declaration.
yeah, so Stacy Ballard, who you all have met here on this Zoom, had the idea of creating the 6 by 11-foot banner of the Declaration of Independence. And she loaned it, and I think it's become a permanent loan, and they're getting another one for Tredyffrin. But it's a full-length banner, and they had all the students sign it as they were coming through. It looked super sharp. Now that is Mr. Tassoni and two of the students who are in the Dare to Declare video. But
So
that
they hung it and then draped it sort of over a table so
yeah,
people
it's
could come
kind of
in
hard
and
to
sign
see
it.
in this picture. I think we have more on the educator resource page. So you'll see, if I scroll back up, we have a direct link to that. There is a template and resource guide for creating your own Spirit Week at your own school, or to partner up. So to give ideas, but there's all kinds of resources on this page as well.
But what a collaboration of ideas it was to talk about what we were doing here, other people then diving in and participating. And then Stacy's like, I am driving out there with the Declaration of Independence in the back of my car. And it's just was very inspiring, and it supports everything we're doing here today.
So, another quick advertisement coming up on February 20th at noon at the Lincoln Building in Westchester. There's going to be a Watch Together viewing day where it's basically a lunch and learn. We're providing lunch. You can come, and we're basically screening a portion of the Ken Burns video. There's a whole bunch of different screening reels available from the documentary that went out last fall. And it's going to be a very brief screening and, discussion about it if you're interested in doing something at noon on a Friday in February. So, and I just want to point out, this kind of snuck down towards the bottom here. We also have on the 250 planning pages, just on all things, resources. There's a page that it just has reenactors, different places you can get information, all kinds of civic engagement, educator resources. It's basically a menu of everything there. So, and let's see. Okay, so you've heard me talk about the Wish Wall initiative. It is a initiative for those who haven't heard about this before. It is a program that was put together by New York Historical and an organization by the name Made by Us. They came up with this idea about a year and a half ago or so to create wish walls. And the whole idea behind it is to encourage people to make a wish for America on its 250th birthday. And it's as simple as that. They provide a very extensive host guide on how to do it, but very simply, it can come down to having folks write their wish on a postcard. This is the one that Emily crafted for us to use, and you're welcome. The template is available on the website. You could download these and use them at your organization.
And personalize it with your organization's name on
Personalize
it.
it. Yep, you can add your logo, whatever you need to do. The only thing that should stay on there in some way is the Made by Us logo, because this was their idea to begin with. And they would like to know that you're doing it. Essentially, they were, for anyone first hearing this, you may be a little concerned. Well, what are people going to write? This has been a really wild year, and people's attitudes are all over the place. Well, what they discovered and what we've discovered since we've started doing them ourselves is it is not only a wonderful, easy lift to hand people a card that they write their wish on and you post it up, but the responses have been amazingly uplifting. When they first did this back in June, it was part of the civic season that they run, and it ran from Juneteenth to the 4th of July. And it was at the Smithsonian. It was a number of larger history organizations. And at their debriefing, everyone was saying, it's like, look, we very carefully curated these. We had people hand us their wish, or we had them put them in a box, and we went through and checked them to make sure there wasn't anything really awful on them that they didn't want just hung up there in the public. A lot of them gave up doing that because the responses were more like, we want a safer place for our children, or
as simple as peace.
Yes, peace. And they're all, the responses were uplifting, above board. In any case, they were very pleasantly surprised, and I think relieved probably was a word that you would use as well. But in the end, they were delighted because it worked. It was engaging the public. People were having conversations, and again, easy lift. Kennett Library is going to have one down at the premiere tomorrow night, and
We did it at the Colonial and at Uptown.
And they're going to do their digital version, so you can actually see how the digital version could look like too. That's something you can link up on the host guide and find that there. And that gets plugged into their national movement. Kennett Library is going to string them all in their front window on clips hanging down in their lobby, is what we understand. So you can do this any way you want that makes sense for your location. Yeah, a very easy lift. And here, just so you're aware, there's a very easy step-by-step guide. We're promoting it for them. They know we're promoting it for them. And so they've been great about keeping us updated with their resources. So they want you to do 2 steps, really, and we're going to add a third. But register your wish wall with them. It's just basically a Google form to let them know that you're doing a wish wall. And then they ask you to add your wish wall to their map. They have an interactive map you can go on. This is the link, and you can plug in your information there, and then your wish wall will pop up on their master map for the country. So, and this is a national initiative. Third one, we ask, we say visit our website to find all our customized postcards. If you can let us know that you're doing it, that would be great. As you'll see on our master calendar, we're checking it off if we know you're having having a wish wall there if we can too. So, okay. I think, oh, one more thing to note, Made by Us has also linked up with what's the name of the group? I'm sorry, it hit on me. I Am a Voter. They are also using it as an opportunity to encourage people to register to vote. So if that's something that makes sense for your organization or your event, they have a printable flyer that you can hang up at your event somewhere with it essentially has a QR code on it saying so people can find out how they can register to vote. There's also they have amazing resources at this organization, and so their Youth 250 toolkit is fantastic. If you're trying to reach Gen Z, they've got all kinds of tools and information for you. So beyond that, we've got a bunch of other resources here. Quickly, Chester County Planning Commission, there's the commission's website. Again, how to submit your events to theirs. They're also involved with the beautification campaign for America 250. You can find out details on if you're interested in partnering with them for that. There's also the Chester County Traveling Exhibit, which is currently working its way around the county at the various libraries. I understand they also have another, they still have availability if you might interested in having it at your organization. Here's the information of who to reach out to. And for a quick shout out to Chester County History Center. They have National History Day coming up at the end of March. They're always looking for judges. So, and it's a great way to get engaged. Here's the information about that, as well as the National Constitution Center. And at the very bottom here, we've got some quick links for how to get a hold of pocket declarations of independence. And I think that's it.
Heather, quick question.
Yeah.
If we wanted to make sure that the town tours are all on there, how do we add them to the one spreadsheet? Because it says view only.
Yeah, probably the easiest way. You can either send me the full list once you're done.
Okay.
Or you can I go through the county events page and I'll sweep events from that too. I think we have placeholders for all the town tours at this point for the dates on there.
I didn't see the
know
kickoff
if we've
on April
missed any.
30th.
So
I didn't see the kickoff on April 30th, if you wouldn't mind adding that.
yeah, it's going to be added soon. There's a couple other elements that we're getting finalized from our end on that one too, because the Bells Across PA
Yeah.
is happening. So
Okay, thanks.
so yeah. Okay, let me stop share because we're up at the end. Does anybody have any questions?
Been great. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks. Very informative.
Oh, thank you. And please let us know if you need any help with anything. You can always reach us by email. I'm gonna pop mine in the chat again. I think everybody has this at this point, but it's a Gmail account because Angela and I work outside of the community foundation.
Right.
So I use my Gmail account.
And as Heather always reminds everybody, 250 is here.
Yes.
And I think where people are just like sort of linking into it, like mentally. There's a lot more going on.
100%.
So this is exciting. 250 is indeed here.
And I did see one of the fiberglass bells down in Philadelphia. We went to the car show on over the weekend, and they had one of them on display at the auto show. It was fun to see one live.
So the Chester County Community Foundation has sponsored the bell, and we're having a stand built for it. We have a Chester County artist who's painting it, and it's going to be, we believe, at the courthouse, the old courthouse.
Very cool. Philadelphia is also. Sorry, Angela. I didn't know.
No worries.
I was just going to say, Philadelphia also has a bell that they're proud of as part of that, and then a couple of others.
There's a bunch, aren't
It's-
there?
They
Yeah,
look
it's
amazing.
built across PA. So
Yeah,
it's
it's great.
it's a Commonwealth initiative.
Yeah, it's great.
And just so everyone's aware, the Chester County Library System is doing their own little mini bells across Chester County.
They're
Each
turning
site-
flower pots.
Yes, out of flower pots, so that if you keep your ear to the ground for that one as well. So,
Anything
all
else
right.
for the good of the cause?
Thank you guys. As always, this was really informative and a nice community spirit, getting everybody together to talk.
Well, I have to
So
say,
thank you.
at Duper Tie on Friday night, I'm thinking about John. He said, "Oh, I recognize you from the Zoom," and it's like we're complete. All we see is this part of each other. So I saw the bottoms of, the bottom half of everyone.
It's so true. It's so true. John and Michael Whelan, I met him on Friday. I'm like, my goodness, you're not one-dimensional anymore.
Yeah, so thank you all for coming and supporting and being part of this today.
Well, good.
Thank you guys.
All right.
Appreciate it.